start. I didn't spell it right.
That's okay.
Where to start if you want to turn your salon from booth rent into commission. We love
Super
this.
good. By the way, if you're a renter and you, like, we now ask the question in the group, like, if you're because we used to only let commission salons in this group, but we realize there's a lot of rental salons that are like, hey, I want to find out what it's going to take to become a commission salon. And man, I had a really, I don't know if she's going to watch this video, so I'm not going to mention names, but I had a call with a gal yesterday, and she was a rental salon, and I was like, you know, like, there's really a lot of advantages to being commission, and obviously we're swayed because we have hundreds and hundreds of salons that are commission salons, and like, we happen to prefer that model because there's some drastic differences between rental and commission. I'm assuming that you already know the difference between rental and commission. If not, we have lots of videos on that subject, including a whole masterclass, and it's our High Performance Salon program, and there's a lot of resources we have on that. But where do you start? Like, what's step one? Let me tell you what the don't do list is, because I think that's what most people like that's the question. What's the question behind the question?
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to screw up? Don't tell your team you're considering switching to commission until you have like a real plan of how to do it, because so that's don't number one. And I will answer what to do. Yeah, that's the note number one. So you don't tell your staff, hey, I'm thinking about switching to commission, because everybody's going to freak out on you. Okay. What I want you to do is you need to figure out, like, what is your entire game plan from start to finish on switching to commission, because what it may mean is you may lose your entire staff. Wow. And like, it's really important. Like Mandy Pulse, who's actually one of our mentors inside our Platinum program, she's a Platinum mentor, Gold mentor, and like she has made that switch. And we have lots of people who've made the switch, as they were like, they had some renters and some commission and some things, and like, I just have to say that, like, I've seen people make that switch very painfully from, like, 5 of our staff are renters, and we bring in a couple commission people, and then, like, slowly the commission goes away. Again, another don't is people are like, try to convert your renters into being commission. Like, are you changing from rental to commission because your staff wants it?
Oh.
Or because you want it?
That's a good distinction.
Or why? Because if your staff doesn't want it, you're probably going to turn them off. They most likely have now been booth rent. And the other thing you have to look at is, what has been the discussion and vibe about rental versus commission? Some salons have been commission with rental, and the goal is like, oh, I'm on commission, but now I make enough money I can move to rental. And so the idea is I graduate to becoming a renter, and you're like, I'm going to switch everybody to commission. Well, then you ungraduate them. Like, nobody wants to go back to junior high. That was awkward. Let's not do that. You know, like, let's not go back to junior high. So you don't want to like regress people or feel like you're taking something away. However, if you're saying, look, like, we've been a rental salon and our team is like really desperately trying to be a team, but legally they can't because they're renters, and so you can't host team meetings, you can't bring in group education, there's a lot of restrictions. And so you're like, well, hey, my team really wants to be more of a team. I think there's a way for us to put people on commission and like help us become more of a team and help you make more money than you would if you were a renter. That's a very different outcome. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got to like play that out and say, what am I doing? How am I making that switch? So those are some do's and don'ts. But the very first do that I would do is do get some help. Like, don't do it on your own. Do get some help. Inside the academy, we have people who are like, hey, I've got a staff and I'm really ready to do this. And we have people who are specially trained on helping you convert from rental to commission. If you're like, I already have a pretty good sized salon. Like, if it's like 2 of you, if you're a renter and you're like, I just want to become commission salon, that's a little bit different, a lot easier. But if you're like, I have a team of 10 that are all renting and they want to be commission, or if they don't want to be commission, I want to switch them, you need to get some help on that, because it is really kind of like almost you're creating your own walkout. You have to decide what your contracts say. You need some professional help, so get some support. That would honestly be like, 1 is put your plan together, 2 is get some support, and also just look at what you've been doing, what the context is, and that'll help that out. So who was that?
Denise.
Denise.
Romeo.
Oh yeah, Denise. Romeo.
She did say that she had 7.
She had 7. So yeah. So again, do you have any commission stylists, or is just you, like, you're the only commission stylist? You know what I mean? And I would kind of feel out your team, like, why are they rental, and what are you going to give, and what's the benefits, and then that'll kind of help you. So anyway, hope that helps.
And if you have more to your question, you can drop it in the comments.
Yeah, if you have more question, like, pop it in there, and I'll get you somewhere. But it's a good question. Hopefully that was helpful.
Because we definitely
Sometimes I know
love
things.
commission.
Yeah. Do it. You know what? You can throw it. It's off screen. You can't even see. I know.
Okay,
It's
hold
okay. It's all right. Do it like this way. Yeah, still didn't work. Anyway, continue.
All right.
Awkward tries right here in front of you.